All right. As I spoke about in the last game, we will be looking to replace Chris Rodriguez in the rotation as he is our number 5 starter. But for today, we've got other lightning we got to deal with. The rain, the lightning, and this horrible looking ballpark in Detroit. As Vlad Guerrero not wanting to even be out there for pregame warmups. But why? Why waste the energy when you look at what he's putting out on the field? 19 home runs, almost 50 RBIs in the 304 average. He is the number 1 first baseman in all of the AL All-Star voting and probably in the top 3 in the MVP race alongside Randy Arozarena and the ever-sensational coverman of this game, Shohei Ohtani. Matt Manning will get the start today. Relatively average whip and really doesn't strike guys out, so let's see what we can do against him as we have a 2-0 lead, and Alejandro Kirk batting .330 and has been and probably will be getting starting catcher ABs for the foreseeable future. He hits one to right field and he is just not fast enough. Oh, he gets back to first and somehow he's not that fast, but he's able to get back in time. The other catcher on this team, who was not hitting nearly as well, he did deal with an injury and has come back, is Danny Jansen. I will admit to you guys, I'm still shopping him. I might trade him. I'm really looking to trade him, but I'm not sure what I want back in return. Anyways, he'll help this team with a sacrifice fly as Gurriel scores from third. Stuart Baroa is going to step up. He's down 1-2, and he just has not been hitting. He is going to be replaced at some point. Oh, ground ball to Scope, and you know what? He's utilizing that speed in order to get on base. Well, they'll credit it with an error as opposed to a base hit, so his batting average and on-base percentage don't go up. Matt Chapman strikes out, and man, he has just not been hitting well himself. I don't know if it's the bottom of the lineup or what it is, but nonetheless, our pitching has been good. Our offense has been kind of outside of Guerrero. Jose Barrios gets the start, 5-5 with an under 3 ERA. This doesn't look too much different than he was last year with an under 0.9 whip, 79 strikeouts to 21 walks. Eric Haas strikes out on a sinker. Be the first batter out via Barrios' sinker. Candelario batting .234, and he'll ground it to short as Bichette will toss it to first, and geez Louise, I don't know if it rained that hard, if that ball hit a puddle or something, but it slipped out of Bichette's hand and it was off target. Everyone will be safe at first. Here's the man who essentially robbed Manoah of the Rookie of the Year. Espinal Torkelson, he'll chop it back to Barrios. He'll fire, throw it over his back foot to Bichette and over to first. Nope. Runner at first will be safe. In time for the MLB The Show 20 covered dude, Javier Baez, who's kind of fallen off since then, both in real life and in this game. 244 average, chopper to third. He'll toss it a magical cover in second, and that'll be the end of the inning. We jump to the third, and we get even more run support. 4-0. 1-2 pitch, slurve. A disgusting pitch when Barrios is able to bury that thing down below the knees and get batters to swing when they think they might be seeing a fastball. And I don't remember who this was, but they're going to bop it up to center, and somehow Barrios runs around the ball. MLB The Show, you have to do better about that. Listen, manual fielding. If I'm in the vicinity, I should be able to at least get the ball off the hop. Anywho, Eric House is going to hit this circle change deep to left. Marte can do nothing but turn around and stare at it. Detroit cuts the lead in half on his third home run. You better watch out doing all that jumping, bro. You might slip on the grass, tweak an ankle. Anywho, Candelario comes up for his second plate appearance. 0-2, high fastball. Barrios gets that pitch up there to 97 miles an hour, picking up his fourth K. Who is the Torkelson working Berrios 3-2, and is going to work a walk in the process, as his patience will pay off with a 2-out base on balls. Josh Bell, former Detroit Tiger, going to just stand on deck and end up having to grab his glove and go back to first, and will lead off the next inning. Hase or House. I'm going to have to really figure out what the hell that man's name is, because we're going to play him again. Bell bloops this one right behind Madrigal and in the center. Baroa will get it. Detroit will have a leadoff runner and the tying run on at the plate for Riley Green, who will ground it to first. Back to Bichette over to first. 3-6-3 double play. 3-2. Ooh. Berrios will walk yet another batter, this time being Jonathan Schoop. But there's 2 outs, so I'm not too concerned. Jake Rogers has been on fire, though. 350 average in his last 6 games. He is played in. Ground ball into right field. Another 2-out single. The leading run is at the plate, but he's down 0-2, and though Castro is 1 for 1. 0-2 pitch. Circle change. Chopped into the infield for Chapman. Fires over to first. And that'll get Toronto out of danger. Kirk, 4 for 10 in this series, 2 ribbies, and a long ball. What's he got in store for us? 1 for 2. Laces one. 2-seamer right back up the middle and into center field. But it's a 2-out single, and I'm not sure it will capitalize on it. Jansen chops it to third. Candelario fires to second, and that'll be the end of the 5th as we continue to lead 4-2. Don't know if they'll call this game off due to rain delay, but we shall see. Berrios, 93rd pitch. Liner, and it's somehow fair. I don't know how or why, but it just is. And Green will be safe at first with 2 outs. I didn't think that was fair. I thought it went beyond the line, but hey, I'm blind. Scope. 0-2, 96 pitch. Gonna be hit airborne to left field. Marte will make the catch, and that should probably be the end of Berrios' day. So we jump to the bottom of the 9th. No other score, as this ball's going to get hit high and deep. Gurriel chasing it, and it's going to die a slow death at about 328 feet for the first out. Green hits a slider to left, and Marte has to backpedal a little bit, but he'll make the catch as well. And Jonathan Schoop looking to cut this deficit in half. He's down 1-2. Romano looking to continue to save yet another game for this Toronto Blue Jays team. Slider outside corner, and that'll be the end of this one. Toronto takes this one 4-2. As Guerrero hits 2 long balls, continuing to add to the power prowess he continues to bring to us. A year removed from an Achilles injury, George Springer, for some reason, is not willing to play. A finger contusion? Bro, you can play. But you know what? We're going to let him rest as we travel. I don't know how the travel is going to affect his little finger, but we'll move on. Tyler Glasnow returns after missing all of last season. Granted, he has pitched already, and I think we faced him already, but he gives me issue. But Gaussman has given Tampa issues in the past as well. All right, we jump to the top of the first, and Wander Franco is going to lead off. 257 average. And this ball is going to get blooped to the right, and Gurriel makes the scoop and catch. A look at this team's lineup. Not nearly as versatile as I would thought, but they are young. Franco, Meade, Rosarena is considered to be the leader for the MVP as this ball is chopped to Espinal over the first. For the out, as you can see, he is the #1 vote getter for all left fielders in the American League. I wish they would just do it by outfielders in general, because it doesn't matter where they play for the long. And he's going to lace one down the third base line. Baroa now playing left today. He's going to throw it back in the infield. That'll be a double. Can Tampa capitalize? Low. Can't hit the low splitter, and he'll strike out and leave a runner stranded. Raimel Tapia, not playing a ton and honestly not hitting that well when he does get the opportunity. But if the umps are going to be this jerky with calls like that, then yeah, he's not going to hit well. Mejia smashes one in the center field, and Tapia has trouble with it. It almost hit him in his midsection. Infante, the rookie, will hit this one in the right field, but it's going to go foul, and it'll be caught on the mound of the... No, sorry, that's home plate of the bullpen. I hate bullpens that are just out on the field of play. Anyways. Throw in the dirt, runner will not go. Gaussman, 2-2 pitch, slider, a very generous call on the corner. We'll take it as Toronto leads 1-0. All right. Nico Holzer, is going to strike out on a slider. Third inning here, Rosarena on deck. But Curtis Mead is going to take a walk. And that's not good for a guy who's hitting so well to step up to the plate. At least not for us. 1-for-1, strikes him out. So we won't have to worry about his hitting prowess in this plate appearance. Mejia, second plate appearance, is going to hit this one deep in the right center field. They'll head up against the MLB The Show sign out in that field, and then we'll throw it back in. It'll be a double with one out. As Diego Infante now down 0-2. Can we sit him down? Chopper back up the middle, and it goes underneath Tapia's glove. And for some reason, Tapia did not charge the ball. How is that a double? That should never have been a double in any way, shape, or form. Come on, SDS. Get the fielding right, man. Chopper to third. Chapman attempts to tag the runner, but he won't be able to do so. He'll throw it first. Good thing he still uses that Gold Glove strong arm. Speaking of which, he's on deck, and Tapia is at the plate. Full count. Whoa! Smashes one up the middle. Runners will be at first and second. Chapman ahead 2-0, can kind of sit on whatever pitch looks good. Oh, smacks one right past Franco at short. And no, the runner will come around from second. Sliding home. Oh, misses the diving tag attempt. We lead 2-1. That was really risky. Espinal hits this one to shallow right, and it's going to be caught. No one will advance for Kirk. 1-2. Swings and misses at a slider low and below the knees. Glasnow gets yet another strikeout. Bichette hits this one high, deep, left field. It is going to stay in the park. One run will score, 3-1. And a second run will come around from first. It is now 4-1 on his 17th double of the season. Guerrero, ooh. Bro, you couldn't have been that desperate to swing. Come on, man. Gaussman stepping up in the bottom of the fifth, and somehow gets a strikeout. That was very generous of a call. Slider hit up the middle, as Tampa will get a base runner. One away. Mead at the plate, runner going to second. The tag in time. Danny Jansen has probably thrown out more runners going to second than anyone in the league, but unfortunately we don't keep those stats because that would just make sense, wouldn't it? That would at least make sense for the Quirks. Let's be honest. Slider high at that. It's going to get hit the shallow center, and Espinal ends up charging it down and almost shoves the umpire out of the way to make the catch. I wouldn't have blamed you not one bit, too. Tapia, 143 average with runners in scoring position, facing Peter Fairbanks. Is going to pull a sinker to right, but unfortunately it's going to find glove, and we'll move on to the bottom of the sixth. Oh, Rosarena sat down on a circle change, as I think he was looking for a fastball there. Slider hit high and deep to center field. Tapia having to run a long ways, but he'll make the catch, and that'll be officially a quality start for Gaussman. But he'll go 7. Has a runner on. Chopper to Guerrero. Turns and fires a Bichette. Back to Guerrero. 3-6-3. Double A play. Phillips. Chopper to first. And Guerrero not having to do a whole lot to make the play. Will Gaussman come out for an 8th? We'll see. Cody Stashik actually comes out for the save. Remember, we traded for him in exchange for Yusei Kikuchi, and we'll pick up a victory. We are now above 500. We have teeter-totter back and forth between 500 and not at 500, or above 500 or below 500, literally since like April. Anyhow, Lourdes Gurriel is going to be out for at least 1 to 2 weeks with a pulled hammy. Maybe we'll pull him back soon, and Springer continues to not play with it. Dude, it's a jammed finger. Fine, whatever. I'd rather have you playing than sit on a bench. All right, Nate Pearson gets yet another start. Former reliever is going to set a guy down on a slider as Taylor Walls strikes out. Rosa Reyna stepping out of the box and really taking his sweet-ass time. But it's paid off. He's got a 3-1 count. He will take one up the middle, and it's going to be in the center as Baroa playing center. Throw it back into the infield. All right. Pearson having a little bit of control problem. Second straight batter he's had. Get to 3 balls. Runner going anyway. Chop it to Guerrero. And he's just going to step on first. Don't bother throwing over there. It's fine as we move forward. Espinal is replacing Mr. Magical for today. Is a good contact hitter, a very good contact hitter against lefties. Doesn't have much power, though, unfortunately. McClanahan going to throw him a fastball. This one's going to hit the right field, and unfortunately, it will find leather on leather for the second out. Josh Lowe, ground ball past Guerrero, and he somehow had his feet stuck in the mud. That'll be a single, but Tapia throws it back in. And what the heck? Yo. SDS, you need to get it right as to what a real double is. That would never be a double in any way, shape, or form. But if you slow my fielder down, both in speed of running to the ball and in throw urgency, of course it's going to be a double. Stop scripting that crap. It's ridiculous. Anywho, composure. Brett Phillips steps up. Curveball. Going to get hit past the 5 and 6 man of the defense into left field, and that'll be a single for Tampa. Linares looks like he's calling for a hit and run. Runner not going, and nonetheless, Walls will sit down via the strikeout. High fastball. Rosa Reyna already hitting one. Hit and run. Going to get chopped to Magical. Not going to toss it to second. Jump toss to first, and we get the final out of the third as it's a scoreless ball game. Runner at first, Zunino. And curveball or slider. Hit the center, and Barrero can't get to it. He's going to have to run a long ways into that jut in the center. Throws it back in. Tampa will take the lead as the runner scores from first. Josh Lowe walked in the last game, and Pearson can't scoop it as it goes up the middle and eludes 3 defenders. Tapia throws it back in. Jansen can't tag him. 2-0 Tampa. Nick Broom. Ooh, he's going to sweep and miss on the slider. That is the second out of the fourth. Jansen fires. Got him. Another batter thrown out and probably saved the run. All right, Ketel Marte will step up with a runner in scoring position. He tie the game up with a long ball as he doesn't have too many of them. Hits this one into center. He's got only 4 to his name. Runner will tag up. Go to third, sliding in. And we're only 90 feet from a run. Bichette does have a single. He is 205 with runners in scoring position. I wouldn't even be mad if he bunted at this point. 12-6 curveball hitting to shallow right. And we'll see how this plays out. Runner will not tag and head over heels. Ball will be thrown back in the infield for Vlad Guerrero. He has to get a hit in order to get us a run. As the Rays will call on Nick Anderson and JT Chargot. Or Chargois? I don't know. I don't speak French anyway. Liner right at his position, defensive position, and it'll be out. Unfortunately, we cannot get a run. Bottom 6, 0-2. Circle change, hit the left. Marte will settle him down, and that'll be the end of the line for Pearson. Simper comes in, gives up a 3-run shot, and this is more than likely the ball game. Unless, hey, you never know. Fly out, ground out, Simber looks like he's going to get through the 8th, though. And Marte will step up to the plate and face Nick Anderson. Ground out, a double by Bichette. Guerrero grounds out, and another ground out by Kirk. And the Rays will shut us out 5-0. As we still have 2 more to play. Subscribe to the channel. Check out any of the other content I put out on here. Holla at y'all later. Peace out.